Hello guys, Life Hackster here, and today we are going to review, check, and test out the Reolink CX820. This is the turret version of the CX810 with some extra features, which I'll tell you here in a bit. Reolink also sent this camera to me to be checked out, so thank you, but this is not a sponsored video. I will link down below my review of the CX810, which is the bullet type version of this, and also the video comparing the CX810 to the CX410. Check them out if you haven't seen them yet after you watch this video. This CX820 is a turret type wired IP PoE NVR camera that records in 4K quality, 3840 by 2160 pixel resolution up to 25 frames per second. It has a 93.2 horizontal and 48.2 vertical field of view, or 111.6 degree diagonal, which is the same as the CX810. It does have HDR, and I'll talk more about this later. This is a ColorX camera, 1/1.8 inch CMOS sensor with 1.0 aperture, so it can see at night with just some ambient light. And it does have spotlights that turns on when it gets dark and when it detects smart motion for color recording at night. This camera doesn't have infrared night vision. It has smart detection like all other Reolink cameras, so it has person, vehicles, and animal detection. But it also has a new smart feature for Reolink anyways. The virtual fence, zone intrusion, and zone linger alerts. So you really can dial in your detection and notifications. This is a Reolink, so no monthly subscription needed. It stores motion or 24/7 continuous recordings in a microSD card inserted on the camera itself, up to a 256GB card, and also can record to Reolink's NVRs and home hubs. You own your own recordings, nothing is in the cloud. This is weather resistant with an IP67 rating and compatible with Google and Amazon devices. Inside the box, you will get some paperwork and the camera itself. We have 3 spotlights, 4K lens, we have the mic here in the bottom, and the speaker. If you tilt the camera down, you will see a screwed-in cover for the microSD card slot. Body is metal build, but the base here is plastic, and the mounting bracket is metal. As to connections, we have the Ethernet port to connect your PoE injector or switch or from Reolink's NVR, but it also has an optional 12-volt barrel port here to power it up separately if you're connecting directly to your router or non-PoE network switch. And we also have the reset button. Another box, we have a short Ethernet cable, weatherproof lid, mounting screws, and plastic anchors. To set up, I'll be showing this using my PoE switch that is attached to my router and network. Plug in an Ethernet cable from the switch to the Ethernet port on the camera. Open up the Reolink app, and when your phone is connected to your home network, just scroll down on your camera's list and you will see an uninitialized device. Click on it. Create a device password. Click Next. Name your camera, and setup is complete. And click on that, and that's the live view. To install, this can be installed in a ceiling or under the eaves by screwing in the mounting bracket with 4 screws. Usually, you will route the cable on the hole of the bracket to your ceiling, but I'll just line up the camera to the bracket and turn clockwise to secure it in place. Then you can turn the main camera body independent on the plastic bottom part, and you can position the camera to where you want it to monitor. Its adjustment is friction tight, so there's no screw to lock the position in place. Now you have the CX820 mounted under the eaves. You can also install it in a wall, and with this demo, I'll show you how to use it with the Reolink's junction box, which is the D20. Unscrew the cover and also remove the cover in the back so that we'll be able to pass through the Ethernet cable from our PoE switch. Screw in the junction box with 3 screws. And I also demo the use of the waterproof lid. Insert and pass the cover of the lid to your Ethernet cable. Then the rubber gland, which has a slit on it. And then the main body. Next, screw in the camera's mounting bracket to the junction box and line it up with the letter A holes with 4 machine screws that comes with the junction box. Next, thread in the wiring of the camera through the hole. And from the inside, you can use the included rubber grommet to weatherproof the hole. And you can plug in the Ethernet cable to the camera. Screw in the waterproof lid, slide the rubber gland, and push it inside the tines of the lid. Then screw in the cover and the gland is compressed, making your connection watertight. Next, pull the wiring through so that you can screw the camera to the mounting bracket. Tuck the wires in inside the junction box and line up the cover with the camera to the corresponding screw holes of the junction box and screw it in using 3 machine screws. And now you can adjust the position of the camera. And this is what it looks like, the CX820 installed using Reolink's junction box to hide the wiring. Normally, you will use a junction box if your wall is made of concrete or you don't want the 3/4 of an inch big of a hole. Time to check the settings in the app. When you open up the app, it will show the snapshot from the camera. Click on it and it loads up the live view very quick. In here, you can pause the live view, listen in, take a snapshot, or record the live view, change the live view's quality, clear, balanced, or fluent, or enlarge the live view. You can start two-way talk, which is full duplex. Playback is where you will see the recorded events, and I'll show you when you sort it out. You now have an option to sort out the new event detection. Like I have set up the zone linger alert, which I set it to record and notify me when someone stays in a zone that I set for more than 3 seconds. And as you can see here with my dog. And right there, that's the zone that I have set. And this is where you can download the footage to your phone. On top here, you can manually trigger the siren, you can turn on the spotlights, and gear icon for the settings. Display, stream, and this is recording in 4K. Frame rate max is 25 FPS, which is also the default. I also set the bitrate to the highest, and also the frame rate to constant together with the bitrate. Now there is HDR, which you can set to off and auto. I remember there was an on option here before, like on the CX810, but Reolink have now updated it to just off and auto. So I'm not able to trigger the HDR in my setup during testing, but here is the footage when I noticed it when it was on, and here it is when it is off. Sounds, we also have noise reduction on this, which is a good thing. We have light, we have different modes here. We have spotlights off, which I don't recommend unless there's supplemental lighting that you use. We have auto mode, which the two of the spotlights will turn on just enough for the camera to see, so not so bright. And this will be all night. You can also set the spotlights to turn on in a schedule, and you can dial in the brightness on this. We have smart mode, which the camera automatically adapts like on auto mode, but when it detects smart events, it will turn on full brightness. We have detection alarm. We have the usual non-detection zones that you can set, adjust the motion sensitivity, and the smart detection is separate setting for person, vehicle, and animals. We also have alarm delay and object size, but we now have smart event detection. Virtual fence alert, and this is basically a line that you set, and when someone crosses the line both ways, only one way or the other way, it will trigger an alert. Same thing with zone intrusion, but this one is now a customizable shape, which if motion is inside that shape, it will trigger the alert. This has an alarm delay that you can set for how long the motion inside the zone before it triggers the alert. And this somewhat overlaps with zone linger, which you can also customize the zone and set the alarm delay. So you really can fine-tune the camera's detection depending on your needs. We have the camera recordings, and you can set it to record when it detects motion or smart events, or you can set or schedule for it to record 24/7 or in time frames. Lastly, push notifications. You can set which events you want to be notified about, irregardless of what the camera records. Now, time to do some testing. So this is the video and audio quality of the Reolink CX820. And I have the HDR turned automatic, but I think it's off right now. Anyways, this is what it looks like at 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Running and test. This is what it looks like at night in my backyard. And I have some lighting or ambient lighting from my neighbors right there, and also my indoor lights are bleeding through the blinds a little bit, so I have some ambient lighting. So this is the video quality of the Reolink CX820 at night, and this no lights, no spotlights, and this is what it looks like at 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now in no lights footage, this is not how you set this up, but I just have to show here what the video quality looks like when there's little to no ambient lighting. So this is the video quality of the Reolink CX820 at night, and this is in smart mode. So it has those two lights that turned on depending on the ambient lighting, but when it detects me or person or any smart events, then it will turn into full brightness. It has 3 spotlights now. It used to be 2. But anyways, this is what it looks like at 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30. So this is the video quality of the Reolink CX820 at night, and this is in auto mode. So we got some 2 LED lights turned on, not so bright, but just to have some ambient lighting so that it can detect me. And this is what it looks like at 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30. We are going to test the notification speed of the Reolink CX820, and I'm on my 5G cellular network, and it is 349. Let's check it out. Man, that quick. No rich notification for the Reolink, but when you click and hold, and why I can't open my phone now, it should open up the live view, which loads up pretty quick. And it just turned to 350, and it's been less than a minute. I have the push interval to every 20 seconds, so I should be getting a notification again, just like that. Because of my wife's garden, I'm squatting right here. Anyways, we're gonna check the maximum detection distance of the Reolink CX820, and I've set the sensitivity to the highest and person detection only. Let me see. Let's get out. This is 50 feet. Whew. Yeah, got me at 50 feet.
This is the audio quality coming out from the Reolink CX820. This is the audio quality coming out from the Reolink CX820.
So what do you think? Now, specs and video quality wise, this is the same as the CX810. So it is pretty good in daytime. At night, as long as you have the spotlights on auto or smart mode, or you have supplemental lighting, it is also pretty good. I like that Reolink added the smart event detection, and I'm hoping they will add this to their existing camera lineup as well. That's great that now we have a turret version of the CX810, but I wish they will release a turret version of their CX410 also, which I think is still the best low light camera from Reolink. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.